Guys, trust me, I've done over 70 treks around Bangalore, but I've never experienced anything quite like this one. If you're looking for a unique and unforgettable trekking spot near Bangalore for a short hike, you're in for a treat. Watch the video till the end. You don't want to miss this. Hi friends, good evening. This is Ashraf and welcome back to Folks on Wheels for another exciting adventure video. Right now, we're at the starting point of the Ratnagiri Fort trek. Usually I begin my videos with a good morning, but today it's already around 3:30 in the afternoon. I hope you all watched the previous video, the one where we visited Basmangi Fort earlier this morning. After that, we traveled here. It's roughly 20 kilometers from Basmangi to this point. We took a good amount of rest and waited for the sun to calm down a bit before starting the trek. This trek begins from the small village of Ratnagiri. The exact starting point is the ancient Bhagwan Parshwanath temple. You can bring your vehicle right up to this spot. We can actually see the fort right from the starting point, sitting above the big rock. There's no signboard for directions, so we asked some locals. They just said, "Follow this trail." So we kept walking along the path, where you could clearly see footprints and marks on the ground. As soon as you start walking on the courtyard path, look to your left. You'll see a small stone pond, and just beside it, there's an old building. These interesting spots make your walk through the village and courtyard even more enjoyable. While you're walking, don't forget to look around and take in the lovely hill views all around you. We just followed the trail marks, and it's quite easy to find the way. You don't need any special permission to do the Ratnagiri trek. There are no fixed timings for the trek, but the best time to start is early in the morning or before noon, so that you can return before it gets dark. The whole trek takes around 3 to 4 hours to complete. It's usually not a good idea to start the trek in the afternoon because the rocks get quite hot in the sun. But today we're doing it in the afternoon, and luckily the weather is not very hot. So yes, you can also try this time, maybe after 3:30 p.m. if the climate is cool. A little further from here, there's another water storage system. I've never seen architecture like this at any other fort I've visited. It really looks amazing. It's very deep, maybe around 25 to 30 meters, and you can actually see steps going all the way down. This was an old-time water storage system, and it's truly fascinating. As we went further, the trail started getting a bit confusing. There were many different trail marks, and we weren't sure which way to go. We just guessed one path. It looked active, like people had used it recently, so we decided to follow that.
ഇത്ര നേരം നല്ല വെയിലായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ കാറ്റും മഴയൊക്കെ വരാനുള്ള സാധ്യത ഉണ്ട്.
It's around 4 p.m. now. We've been searching for the path for almost 30 minutes, but still haven't found the right way. There are many routes here, and suddenly, the weather has also changed. It started thundering and strong winds are blowing. Looks like it's going to rain soon, but we're not ready to give up. We've decided to continue and finish it today. So we moved ahead, and then we saw a small place like a shrine where some people were doing puja. The trail seemed to lead there, but not towards the actual fort entrance. We got totally confused and stuck there for a while. Then we thought, let's try the other side. But just then, the rain started.
മുട്ടമഴ എടി നിന്റെ കൊടയും കൂടെ കൊണ്ടുപോടി. മുട്ടമഴ നിന്ന് നനയുക.
അവളവിടെ
ഞാൻ വിളിക്കാമേ. സൂക്ഷിച്ചു പോയാ തെന്നി കളിക്കണ ഷൂ തെന്നണോന്ന് നിന്റെ പണി പാളി ഗൈസ്. എടാ വിനയാ വിനയാ കുടം പൊക്കി പിടിച്ചടി വിനയനെ ഞങ്ങളെ കാണിക്കാം. എന്നിട്ട് ഇത് ക്യാമറയിൽ നോക്ക്. എങ്ങട്ടാ പോണ്ട? എങ്ങട്ടാ പെട്ട് ഗൈസ് പെട്ട്.
Once the rain slowed down a bit, we started looking for a path on the other side. We had seen this spot earlier when the trek began, but from the deepest part of the fort, it looked impossible to climb up from that side. Still, we decided to check it out now. There, we saw a structure like a temple gopura. Maybe it was a temple when the fort was active. We even checked inside to see if there was any path through it. But no luck, friends. We couldn't find any way up, and by then it was already around 4:30 in the evening. So we thought, why not ask the local villagers for help or see if someone could come as a guide. We went back to the village where we had rested before the trek. Meanwhile, my friends were talking to the villagers and I tried using the drone to find a way. While we were sitting there, we saw two people were returning from the fort side. We asked them how it was and they said they couldn't find the way either. At that time, we thought maybe they didn't search properly. But now we realized they were right. Still, we didn't want to give up. We asked around a bit more. Finally, we met one person who was staying near the temple. He told us that there used to be a path earlier, but it got destroyed in a landslide. We felt really disappointed. Even after trying with the drone, we couldn't find the way. But the drone shots were just amazing. That made us feel even more disappointed about giving up without visiting. But again, we didn't give up. We spoke to a few more people, and at last we found a kind-hearted guy who said, "I'll take you to the fort. Come with me." By then, it was already 5 p.m. He told us we had to complete the trek in 1.5 hours and get down before it gets dark, because bears are sometimes spotted in the area. We agreed and followed him. Actually, not just followed. We were almost running behind him. Keep walking for about 200 more meters and you'll see a small turn on the left side. That's another way to enter the fort. But don't go that way. There's no proper path there. And trekking from that side is not possible. But if you have a bit of time, you can go down till the base and explore the old temple ruins and some other structures nearby. Now continue on the main path, the one going straight. Walk for another 75 meters and then take the trail that turns left. This is a very narrow path and it will take you to the first gateway of the fort. Once you reach this gateway, there's no confusion. From here, only one trail goes all the way to the top. In our case, the first gateway was almost hidden because of tall grass and thick plants. That's why we missed when tried to find the path. Yes, we have now reached the first entrance. From this point, the first level of climbing begins. So please don't miss this part. If you miss it, you might not be able to find the correct path to reach the top like we did. Watch the video carefully and follow the path that I have marked for you. This is a short trail, but it is a bit steeper than the earlier sections. As you go further, towards the end of this part, you will see a check dam on your right side. In olden times, while building forts, it was common to construct check dams like this. The main reason was to make sure there was enough water available inside the fort throughout the year, even during dry seasons. This is another entrance. What he's saying is that many people who came here digging have actually found treasure. And it seems like it could be true. He's a local person. He knows all the stories and secrets of this fort. This fort was strategically built on a hilltop, giving it a strong defensive position and a clear view of the surrounding region. It is believed that the fort was originally constructed by local rulers and later came under the control of various dynasties, including the Vijayanagara Empire. During its prime, the fort served both as a military stronghold and a safe shelter for the rulers. The architecture of Ratnagiri Fort reflects typical South Indian style with strong stone walls, gateways, and watchtowers. You can also see the remains of water storage systems like check dams and tanks, which were used to store water throughout the year. Though the fort is now in ruins, it still carries the charm of history and offers a glimpse into the engineering and planning of ancient times. Trekking to the fort provides not only a bit of adventure, but also a chance to connect with the past. Now, here we are at another entrance Gopuram. Just like this one, we have already crossed 4 such entrances so far. I actually thought we had almost reached the top of the hill by now. But then he told me, no, there's still one more level to go before we reach the very top of the fort. From here, we need to hike through this rocky path for another 160 meters. This gate here leads to the smaller of the 2 hillocks. If you continue along the same kind of terrain for another 200 meters, you'll reach the summit of the smaller hill. There is a watchtower located at the top. From there, you get a beautiful view of the village below, as well as the courtyard trail that you have just walked through. This Ratnagiri fort, located in the Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh, stands as a silent testimony to the architectural ingenuity of the past. Built atop a hill, the fort blends naturally with the rugged terrain, making strategic use of the rocky landscape for defense. The approach to the fort is marked by a series of gateways, or gopurams, each constructed with massive stone blocks and positioned at different levels to slow down enemy advancement. The fort walls are made of large granite stones, carefully cut and placed without mortar, showing the skill of early craftsmen. Within the fort complex, one can find remnants of watchtowers, granaries, and water storage systems carved directly into rock, indicating that the fort was designed to support long periods of siege. The presence of both Hindu and Islamic architectural elements, like arches, domes, and mandapa style platforms, suggest that the fort evolved over centuries under various rulers. From the top, the views are breathtaking, offering a panoramic glimpse of the surrounding hills, valleys, and the village far below. The architectural style of Ratnagiri fort is not just defensive but also adaptive, harmonizing with nature while showcasing the cultural layers of the region's history. From here, you can see these steep and narrow steps carved directly into the rocks of the hill. That's the final climb to the summit. These steps are really steep, almost at a 70-degree angle. So please be very careful while going up this part. Now we are on the way to the summit, climbing slowly and steadily. Just look at these narrow steps. All of them are cut right into the rock itself. And you know what? He was saying something interesting, that when you tap on certain steps with your foot, they make a different kind of sound, like a drum sound. And yes, it's true. When you tap on some of these steps, you can actually hear a sound like a drum beat coming from inside the rock. It's quite amazing. Yes, we finally reached the summit. It's almost 2 kilometers one way. We started at around 5:30 and now it's 6:10. So it took us about 40 minutes. But let me tell you, we were in a bit of a hurry, actually running most of the way. Normally, if you walk at a relaxed pace, it would easily take more than an hour. But friends, trust me on this. I've done over 70 treks in and around Bangalore. And out of all those places, this one is definitely among the best. Even though it's technically in Andhra Pradesh, it's right on the Karnataka border, around 130 kilometers from Bangalore. Just look at these views. Absolutely breathtaking. And I really have to thank this guy here. If it weren't for him, we honestly might not have made it to the top. The view during this time just before sunset is something else. So beautiful, almost magical. And you know what? I'm actually glad we didn't find the place earlier and reach too soon. Now that we're here at this perfect time, it all feels just right. Once again, a big thanks to him. All right, friends, Now just sit back and enjoy the breathtaking beauty of Ratnagiri Fort. It's truly something magical, and you're going to love it. As the sun sets over Ratnagiri Fort, it's not just the view that takes your breath away. It's the journey, the silence of history, and the stories whispered by the wind. Alright friends, it's time to wrap up this video. We're also making our way down before it gets completely dark. We hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. Have you ever trekked to Ratnagiri Fort? Or is it now on your travel list? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this trek, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden trails and historic marvels. Our journey doesn't end here. We'll be back soon with another exciting adventure. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a hidden gem like this one. Thank you all so much for watching. See you in the next one.